Hey everyone, just doing a quick, just gonna do a quick stream here, and it was a mail day today, so we just got a little. I think the final little pack. It's just a few collector's packs for the new Baldur's Gate. I'm pretty excited about these. I think it'll be a lot of fun to open. On the stream. Just a reminder, I do stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and you can get on my website, shop.rancor.tv, order packs, and we can open them up together and just have a great time. So let's open it up and get our first look at some of these collector boosters, which are super fun. I always love how shiny the packaging for these things are. The Adventures in the Forgotten Realms ones were actually really cool too. They're kind of that silvery type of a color and stuff. So we're not going to be doing any kind of an opening or anything today. Again, I know this is a little bit impromptu. I mostly am just using the streaming format because it kind of reduces a lot of my editing time. So if you do happen to catch this, thanks for watching. We do appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I mean, here is really everything that we know. What are collectors, boosters? Got some little literature and stuff on the front, and then what we can see on the back. So, really excited about those. If you haven't checked out the, hey, thanks for stopping by. Pit traffic. Um, Still do have some of these pre-release kits. These were pretty fun from last time, and then of course, if you go on my website, you'll see a bunch of other stuff. I still do need to get some more Pokemon listed on there. I think right now I only have Evolving Skies booster packs. In the last stream, if you weren't around, the very first pack that we sold, we had an awesome hit out of the Time Spiral Remastered packs, so that was really fun as well. Yep, these will be available for uh, opening tomorrow. Um, we'll see if I do sell any. I don't think I have them listed on the website. Again, like I mentioned before, I don't like to I don't like to list anything for sale till I physically have it in my hand. So I have these now. I'll put those up right after this stream. We'll add them to the store. Actually, pricing has kind of come down on these a little bit, so I'll have to crunch some numbers, do some math, and see. But probably realistically, maybe closer to the $20 range. Instead of $25, which is what we've kind of seen out of uh, out of previous sets, collectors, boosters. So it'll be interesting to see where the price goes on these. Surprisingly, draft and set boosters are going pretty good as well. So it's nice to. It'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of controversy around this particular set. I like it just because I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan, and if I end up sitting on these boxes, then that's totally fine. I think I've got three or four. It's worth more if I touch it. I've got three or four of these sitting on the shelf from when AFR first came out, and yeah, and so these will be kind of the same thing. I got them listed. If people want to crack them, we'll crack them. But realistically, guys, the value on these things always goes up, so they'll just always be available. And I guess when we hit that magic matrix for the price versus the opening, we'll get some traction on there. But really, I think that's gonna do it. Again, I know this was a really short one, but hopefully, we can get into that a little bit. So when the last couple of sets, well, I should say Kamigawa, which was kind of it's Kamigawa Neon Dynasty was a set that came out for Magic, and it just had a lot of really killer cards. It was really good. Everyone loved it, and the price just skyrocketed on those from release day till now. Um, and it's because there's a lot of good cards. People like the art, all that kind of stuff. And because of that, you could buy if you had gotten a set at what we'll lightly say MSRP, then there's a really good chance that if you open the box, then you are going to get more money by out of even just the singles cards. Um, Man, I see my stream lagging a little bit. My kids are probably watching TV, but anyways, you'll get more value out of the single cards than you would out of actually the prepackaged box. So it's like at that point, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to keep them sealed because you'd be better off selling the cards after opening them up. So I would say that's not always the case. Definitely not always the case. And so people have been kind of disappointed with this set. Number one, because the price got increased. A few months ago, Wizards did indicate they were going to do a price lift, and this was the first set that saw those. Not only did they increase the price, but this was already going to be kind of considered a premium set. There's more cards per pack, all that other stuff, and so it was going to be more expensive in general. And so I think people kind of got a double whammied with the price, and then of course just the state of the world today and economics and inflation and all that stuff. So people have less money to spend. The products are more expensive. Anyways, the point is that right off the rip, I mean, these have only been released for 3 days. And people are upset that it's like, hey, if I open this, I'm not going to get more money out of it than what it cost me to buy. And so there's just a lot of that going on. People, I think, got, especially through the 2020, 2021, when trading cards and stuff like that were really booming. I think everyone kind of just got used to being able to make that quick buck. And that's not normal, you know. I think most people would agree that usually if you have something that's brand new and sealed in the box, it's understood that when you open it, you know, you're going to use value. Used stuff is you know, it's cheaper than something that's new. On the flip side of that, the cards, some of the really good cards in this set are actually kind of hard to get. They've increased the rarity, which I like, and yep, exactly. Well, and that's the whole thing with these over time. If you look at any, well, I shouldn't say any, but Pokemon and Magic is what I know about. And if you look at any Pokemon set that's come out over the last 6 years, same thing with Magic over the last 6 years, like you see that gradual 3 to 5 to 10 to 15% increase year over year over time. So the box that cost you 80-90 bucks 5 years ago is now worth 150, 175, maybe on the really good sets, 200 or 300. And anyway, and so really the sealed stuff, if you're in it for the money, it absolutely makes no sense to open your cards. But some people like to play the game, and if you like to play the game, then you crack a few packs, you make some decks, you have fun. I actually am hoping to do a draft tournament here with some friends soon. I'd like to put that together. And Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I for a very brief instant in high school, I hung out with some kids who played Yu-Gi-Oh when I went and lived with my grandma for a while. But yeah, not much of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Just my personal preference. On the flip side of that, I'm also not rich enough to buy a little bit of everything. Shoot, I don't think I've bought a Pokemon booster box for the last 2 sets. I do. So I have some of the older Pokemon stuff. More recently, I got into Magic, so none of them have, we'll say, aged well yet. But I've got some booster boxes that I bought in early 2020 before all the stuff went crazy, and I bought them for 80 bucks. I had 3 of them. I've sold one since just to help cover some costs of some additional purchases, but they're floating right around the $500 range. So not even 5 years ago, 2020, so 2.5 years ago, they were literally $80, 85, I think maybe $90 after shipping and stuff like that. And they are going for $450 to $500 all day long on eBay. Digimon, actually, I watched the cartoons. For me, I think what pulled me into Magic out of Pokemon is I really like Pokemon just from a nostalgic perspective, but I don't know anyone that plays the game, and even as a kid, I never really played the game. It's more about, oh, can you find the good cards and just seeing things and open them and stuff like that. And versus Magic, I actually kind of enjoy playing the game. I think it's fun and that kind of stuff. So at least when I open cards and um I mean, I'm sitting on thousands of bulk Pokemon cards that I'll never do anything with. I'm not really sure what to do. I need to donate them or something, but at least with Magic, there's something I can do. I mean, I think that the best way to get into Magic, yeah, $500. So my stream is a little bit delayed, but yeah, I think the best way to get into Magic is find someone you know, and you don't even have to buy anything. I think most people that are into the game totally willing to let you borrow a deck and just come play, see how it feels. If you did want to do something, the commander format, I felt like it was a little overwhelming just because a bit of the complexity, but you could buy a commander deck just from Walmart or something like that. I think they're usually like $30 to maybe $50 now. I don't know what the price increases have done for the commander's deck, but typically they were about $30 to $40. So you get that. It's a deck you can go play with friends. You can usually commander you can play with 4 people, so it makes a really fun game night. Everyone can go out and buy a deck and you can play and figure it out. So I guess that's the best way to get into it. I would say that I think the best way to learn how to play Magic is probably by downloading the Magic the Gathering Arena, um, and that is just the phone app. It's 100% free. They have a really nice little tutorial in there. Of course, you can go online and play against other people and that kind of stuff, but they've got a tutorial that covers like all of the main basics and just a few of the different mechanics and stuff like that. And probably I recommend that for anyone that wants to go play or playing a match with some of your friends or something for the first time, because on the phone that tutorial is just really good. You can play some matches against the AI there, and you just learn a lot. So that's what I would say about that. But other than that, it seems intimidating, but it's really not that bad. Especially if you've got a phone or something with you. Sometimes there's some keywords on the card, but really every card. So we'll take a card like this that I just have sitting here. I'm building a little deck right now. And let me bring it down in here a little bit. Really, the card basically says exactly what the card can do, and so sometimes it's a little bit hard to put it in perspective, and you need to know a few things like what an enchantment is, when you can play an enchantment, and that kind of stuff. So you have a few different cards here. We have enchantment, artifact. Here's like a special land card, and so there's a few different types of cards, and then in the course of your turn, there's a few different phases that happen in your turn. But once you learn those, it's really mostly just about reading the card. Every once in a while, there'll be like a keyword or something that um, is maybe assumed that like this one. I'll stick this right here. So this one says it gains lifelink until the end of the turn. Um, That'd be sweet if I could ever get enough subscribers to to be sponsored. That would be fantastic. But anyway, so this one says lifelink, and so you just kind of have to know what lifelink is. If you don't, you can just get online, you can Google it really quick, and in this case, I know that lifelink means that however much damage you do to the person, you gain that much health. So it's kind of like a siphon. It's like a health siphon ability. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, really, it's not that bad, and it's super fun, especially with some of the crossovers they've been doing. They did the Strixhaven set a few times ago, and then they came out with the Strixhaven Dungeons and Dragons book, and it's just really fun to kind of see the relationships between them, and then a lot of the other stuff. So Kamigawa was super neat. If you're into futuristic samurais or anything like that, that was really cool. But anyways, that's the little knowledge that I know about that. I actually I don't play as much as I wish I could. I just opened up a bunch of these cards, so like I said, I'm working on actually right here to the side, I'm working on a little bit of a deck. It's gonna be like, I've got some squirrels and some other fun stuff. Just putting together a commander deck. I need to help my wife do it, but as well, so we can kind of play some personalized decks. I have several of the pre-built commander decks, but I always find it's a little bit more satisfying to, pick a theme or find some cards and stuff that you like your own, and just go with that. So, anyways, guys, I think that's probably gonna wrap it up for this one. If you haven't already, like always, please smash that thumbs up button for me, like I know you can. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my next great video comes out. In the meantime, keep collecting and stay happy.